left fielder number 14, Paige Clark.
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for Game 2 of the doubleheader between the UT Martin Skyhawks versus the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. My name is Owen Cronin. I'm joined today by Jonathan Hawk. And Jonathan, we had a really good game in Game 1. As that first pitch there from Patience Holman is taken for a called strike one. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and take a look at the defensive lineup here for the Redhawks from left to center field. We have Abigail Rickerman. Or we have Chelsea Pena, my bad. Paige Halliwell and Kaylee Anderson from left to right. As that first pitch is grounded through the hole and into left field for the base hit. So a leadoff single here from Paige Clark to lead things off in the top half of the first. Going back to the infield from third to first base, we got Kinsey Wrigley, Abigail Rickerman, Sydney Dennis, and Aubrey Shore at first base with Kat Sackett behind the plate. And on the mound for the Redhawks, we have Patience Holman. Holman, a right-handed pitcher from Mexico, Missouri, is 5-4 on the year. She's thrown 52 2/3 innings and given up 63 hits. That one is bunted foul and out of play for strike one. So Holman 5-4 on the year with a 4.91 ERA. She's got 31 strikeouts in those 58 2/3 innings. And at the plate for the Skyhawks, we have Casey Fuller. 1-1 to Fuller. Be swung on him and fouled back and out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. Fuller in Game 1 of the doubleheader was 1 for 3. Holman's 0-2 offering on the way. Swung on and fouled, and the count remained 0-2. Fuller is batting .400 on the year and has started in all 42 games for the Skyhawks. And she'll swing and pop that one up behind second base. Rickerman going out. She calls for it behind second base and makes the catch. So one out here for the Redhawks in the top half of the first inning. And with that, Cheyenne Sheffield will step up to the plate.
Shortstop number 2, Cheyenne Sheffield.
Sheffield went 2 for 3 in Game 1 of the doubleheader with a strikeout. She's also batting .350 on the year. Oh, offering to Sheffield will be taken on the other half of the plate for a called strike one. Holman winds and deals with her 0-1 offering. And that one will be taken high for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. One offering from Holman on the way, and it's bunted foul in front of the plate. So the count goes to 1-2.
Good job, Kat. Good job, Pay. Way to get up in
so
there.
A good idea there from Cheyenne Sheffield as she tried to bunt that ball down the third base line with Kinsey Wrigley playing back behind the bag at third base.
Hey, straight up, switch. Straight up, straight up.
1-2 offering to Sheffield. Taken outside for a ball, and the count evens up at 2-2.
Good pitch. There we go. Hey, coming at you now, defense. Here we go. Good feed.
2-2 offering from Holman on this way, and the runner is going, and that one is chopped to third base. Wrigley fields it, throws across the first, fakes the throw back to second base, and they get the out at second base. What a play there by Kinsey Wrigley, as she had no shot of getting the runner going to first base, but she faked the throw and threw behind the runner at second base for the second out of the inning. As you get a look at the replay there, Wrigley fielded that ball cleanly, pumped towards first base, and threw it back to second base for the second out of the inning. And what a heads-up play there by Kinsey Wrigley.
All right, in that bat, it'll be Kaylin Kelly. She went 1 for 2 earlier in the game and she's batting 356 on the year, and she has 5 home runs with 29 RBIs.
Ashley takes that first pitch for a call, strike one. Oh, 1 offering from Holman on its way. That'll be taken on the outer half of the plate for a ball, and the count will even up at 1-1. Kelly awaits the 1-1 offering from Holman. That'll only be swung on and fouled back, and count will go to 1-2.
Hey, good job, kid. Hey, a little in and out, a little up and down, little change pace. Here we go, kid.
The 1-2 offering from Holman is on its way. That'll be swung on and missed. A changeup gets Kelly striking out, swinging, and 2 hits in innings for the Skyhawks, but they were not allowed to score a run. And after half an inning of play, this game is tied 0-0.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. You are right
And we welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the bottom half of the first inning. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and take a look at the defensive lineup here for the Skyhawks. Everything is the same as it was in game 1. We'll have Paige Clark in left field, Avery Bloom in center field, with Casey Fuller rounding out the outfield and right field. From third to first base, we have Kaylee Pickens, Cheyenne Sheffield, Emily Gilstrap, and at first base, Caitlin Kelly. Behind the plate will be Maddie Long, and on the mound will be Aaron Gallagher. Gallagher, who's a junior, has got 10 wins and 2 losses on the year with a 2.77 ERA. She's thrown 15 complete games, 87 2/3 innings pitched. And it'll be Abigail Rickerman to lead things off here for the Redhawks as she takes that one on the inner half of the plate for a called strike one. Rickerman went 1 for 2 in game 1 of this doubleheader with an RBI and a walk. Wanda Rickerman will be slapped foul and out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. Gallagher has struck out 64 batters in 87 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 70 hits and 32 runs, but only 27 of those runs have been earned runs. Opponents are batting .218 against her. And that one will be taken outside and low for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. Gallagher looks at her arm for the sign, winds, and deals. And that one will be taken on the outer half of the plate, so good at bat here by Rickerman. Ashley's worked the count to 2-2. Rickerman batting .278 on the year. The 2-2 offering from Gallagher on the way, and that one was swung on and fouled back. So the count remains even here at 2-2 as Rickerman awaits the offering from Gallagher. And that one is taken low for a ball, so Rickerman works a full count here. 3-2 offering on its way, and that one was swung on and fouled back. So a good at bat here by Rickerman to lead off the bottom half of the first inning for the Red Hawks. 3-2 offering from Gallagher is on its way, and that is swung on and chopped up the middle. And it can't be fielded cleanly by the shortstop. So an infield single here from Abigail Rickerman.
Center fielder number 2, Paige Hallowell.
And that batter to be Paige Hallowell. Earlier she went 0 for 3. Let's see if she can get it going in this game. She's batting an average of .292 on the year and has 7 home runs and 31 RBIs.
So a leadoff single here for Abigail Rickerman starts things for the Red Hawks in the bottom half of the first inning as Cheyenne Sheffield just could not come up cleanly with that high chopper behind the circle. And Hallie will take the first one on the outer half of the plate for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. And Hallie one fouls that one back behind the third base bag, but that one will fall in foul territory, and the count will leave it up at 1-1. And the third baseman there, Callie Pickens, got close to that ball on foul ground, just past the SEMO dugout, but she's not able to come up with that one. Gallagher looks at her arm for the sign, winds and deals, and that one is bunted back up in the air behind the plate, but it'll hit the net and fall in foul territory, and the count goes to 1-2. Will bat in .292 on the year. She's got 33 hits and 113 at bats, as well as 31 RBIs, and she swings and pops that one up to shortstop. Sheffield is underneath that one, and she makes the play for the first out of the inning.
First baseman number 26, Aubrey Shore.
And with that, that'll bring in Aubrey Shore for the Red Hawks. Shore went 2 for 3 in the first game. She singled early on in the game, and then she had the deciding home run later on in the game. Shore's batting .337 on the year.
Good hands, let's go.
As she takes that one high and outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Shore had that home run in the 6th inning of Game 1. That after the Skyhawks had tied it in the top half of the inning with a home run from Kaylee Pickens. Shore was able to give the Red Hawks the lead, and the Red Hawks are able to hold on to that one and win the game 4-3. As that one to be swung on and missed for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1.
Here we go, Hobbs, here we go. Come on, kid.
1-1 offering from Gallagher is on its way, and that one will be taken outside for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1.
Come on, 2-6.
2-1 offering on its way. That one to be swung on and missed for strike 2, and the count evens up. Two offering on its way. Swung on and fouled back, and the count remains even.
Hey, just miss. You're all right. You're all right. Here we go.
Two offering from Gallagher again. Swung on and fouled back, and we'll do it again. That pitch there to Shore was a little high, but she's managed just to get a piece of it and foul it back to the screen. Two offering from Gallagher again is on its way, and that is swung on and grounded to first base. The first baseman looks towards second, and Shore beats that one out. So Aubrey Shore will reach on a fielder's choice there. As you get a look at that again there,
The Surf Pro cleanup hitter.
Caitlin Kelly looked towards second base, realized she didn't have time, and wasn't able to get back to the first base bag in time. And with that, that'll bring in outfielder Kaylee Anderson for the Redhawks. Anderson went 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheaders. That one is popped back behind shortstop. The left fielder makes the catch. So Paige Clark makes the catch there as Anderson is swinging on the first pitch for the second out of the inning.
And at bat, it'll be Sydney.
The designated player, number 8,
Sydney Melton. She did not play in game 1, so this is her first at bat. She's averaging 217 on the year with no home runs, but she has 4 RBIs and 5 hits.
Yeah, so Sydney Melton gets the start at designated player here in game 2 for the Redhawks. And she takes that one high as that ball goes back to the screen, and both the runners will advance. So a 1-0 count here to Sydney Melton. One 0 offering from Aaron Gallagher is on its way. And now it'll be taken just a little bit low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. Melton playing only her 20th game of the year, and this is her 6th start on the year. And she'll take that one for a call, strike 1. Two 2-1 offering to Melton on its way. Swung on and fouled back, and the count goes to 2-2. Two offering to Melton on its way. Swung on and popped behind second base. Second baseman calls for it and is there to make the catch. So Aaron Gallagher works around a walk or a single and an error, and after one inning of play, we're tied at 0.
The Redhawks score, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error.
Visit Evansville, Indiana, where E is for everyone. Ideal for a weekend getaway, family reunion, group tour, concert or sporting event, small business meeting, or a large convention. Evansville has a fun, friendly environment with all the amenities of a big city. Exciting events, festivals, and attractions all year long. A thriving downtown with new hotels, nightlife, fabulous restaurants, and entertainment. We're conveniently located in the heart of the Midwest with all the charm you could ever hope for. Yes, Hoosier hospitality is alive and well. Come visit Evansville and you will see E is for everyone.
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the top half of the second inning. And while we have the time, we'll take a look at the rest of the lineup here for the Skyhawks. Kaylee Pickens will lead this off, batting in the fifth hole, followed by Katie Dreiling, Avery Bloom, Maddie Long, and Emily Gilstrap to round things out of the order.
Leading off for the Skyhawks, third baseman, number 11, Callie Pickens.
Callie Pickens went 1 for 3 in game one of the doubleheader with a long 2-run home run over the left field wall. And she'll swing and miss on the changeup there from Holman for strike one. Pickens is batting .328 on the year. And that home run she had earlier was her 5th of the year as she swings and misses on that one, and the count goes to 0-2. And with that home run in the 6th inning of game one, she was able to tie the game at 3, but not much longer. Aubrey Shore came up in the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Red Hawks and hit a home run to give the Red Hawks a 4-3 lead, which is enough for them to hold on and get the win in game one. As she'll take that one on the outer half for a ball. And the umpires in the stands there thought that one should have been a called strike 3, but nonetheless it was off the plate. And the count is 1-2. The offering from Holman is swung on and grounded to third base. Wrigley fields that one, throws across the shore at first base for the first out of the inning.
And coming up at bat is the former Red Hawk, Katie Dreiling.
Designated player number
Earlier,
4,
she went 0 for 3 in the game, and she's the leading home person that has the most home runs on the team. She has 6 home runs with a batting average of .278 and has 26 RBIs on the season.
As Dreiling fouls that one over the Red Hawks dugout and out of play for the first strike of the at bat. Yeah, Dreiling struggled in the game one against her former team. She went 0 for 3, as you mentioned, with 2 strikeouts in that game. The 0-1 offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and fouled back, and the count goes to 0-2. Dreiling awaits the 0-2 offering from Holman. Taken outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2.
Still making pitchers pitch here.
One-two offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and fouled back. So we'll do it again here. Katie Dreiling awaits the 1-2 offering from Holman. Swung on and driven into left field. In comes Pena, and she makes the catch on the run for the first out of the inning. Correction, the second out of the inning.
center fielder, number 1, Avery Bloom.
And that'll bring in Avery Bloom here for the Skyhawks. Bloom went 0 for 3 in game one of the doubleheader with a strikeout. And she'll take that one on the inner half of the plate for a called strike one. Bloom has been .265 on the year. She's got 30 hits and 113 at bats, and she's also driven in 21 with 4 home runs. 0-1 offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and driven foul down the third base line. And Bloom got a good swing on that changeup there from Holman, but she pulled it and was out in front. Oh, 2 offering from Holman on its way. Swung on a driven back up the middle for a base hit in the center field. So with an 0-2 count, with 2 outs in the inning, Avery Bloom gets a single here up the middle for the Skyhawks.
Catcher number 31, Maddie Long.
And with that, in steps Maddie Long. Long went 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Oh, 1 offering. And the first pitch of the at bat is a call, strike 1 on the outer half of the plate. Long hitting right at the Mendoza line with a batting average of 200 on the year. She's got 19 hits and 95 at bats. She's also driven in 16 runners and has 3 home runs on the year. And she'll take that pitch on the outer half of the plate, and the count will even up at 1-1.
Hey, throw that ground ball right here, kid. Here we go. Stay down on it, infield.
1-1 offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and missed on the outer half of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2.
Middle, straight off the barrel, be at the bag, fingers up. Here we go.
Long awaits a 1-2 offering. Swung on and fouled. So the count will remain 1-2.
Still making a pitcher's pitch here. Still making a pitcher's pitch.
Maddie Long awaits the 1-2 offering from Patience Holman. Swung on a hit right back to Holman. Holman throws across the shore at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So Patience Holman works around a 2-out single, and after 1.5 innings of play, the Red Hawks and Skyhawks are tied at 0.
George standings and team news from around the league. Visit OBCSports.com.
And we welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the bottom half of the 2nd inning. And for the Red Hawks, it'll be Chelsea Pena to lead things off. As Gallagher finishes up her warm-up tosses here. Chelsea Pena walks up to the plate for the Red Hawks. Pena's batting .242 on the year. She's got 16 hits and 66 at-bats, along with 11 RBIs. Pena also has 1 home run on the year, and she did not play in game 1 of the doubleheader, but she draws the start in left field here in game 2. And she'll swing and foul that one over the first base dugout and out of play for the first strike.
Here we go, come on out. What you said, 2-1?
Chelsea Pena waits the 0-1 offering from Gallagher, and she takes it high for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Stay on top, Mom. You get your line drive. Stay on top. There we go.
And Pena will foul that one back and out of the play, and the count goes to 1-2.
Choke up here, choke up. Here you go, Chuck. Come on out. Nothing in your window. One stand, short dump stride.
1-2 offering from Gallagher on its way, and that one will be swung on and fouled into the catcher's mitt for the first out of the inning. So Pena goes down on strikes here to lead off the bottom
Catcher,
half
number 20,
of the second inning.
Second.
And that batter to be Kat Sackett. In game 1, she went 1 for 3 and scored 1 run. And on the season, she's averaging 290, and she has 2 home runs and 19 RBIs.
And she'll take that first pitch on the outer half of the plate for a called strike one. Oh, one offering from Gallagher on its way. Swung on and grounded to second base. Gilstrap throws across to Kelly for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here for Aaron Gallagher in the bottom half of the second inning. And with that, that'll bring in Sydney Dennis here for the Red Hawks. Sydney Dennis batting .207 on the year. She's got 17 hits and 10 RBIs. And she'll foul the first one back for strike one. Oh, one offering to Dennis on its way and taken high for a ball. Gallagher's 1-1 offering on the way. Be taken on the inner half of the plate for a ball, and that one too was close, but nonetheless, count goes to 2-1. Two-one offering on its way. Swung on and driven out to second base. The second baseman dives, but it goes off her glove. And that'll be a base hit for Sydney Dennis with 2 outs here in that bottom half of the second inning. So a diving attempt by Emily Gilstrap there at second base, but she's unable to come up with that ball. And that'll bring in Kinsey Wrigley here for the Red Hawks. Wrigley was 1 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader with a double, a run scored, and a walk. Wrigley on the year is batting .293 with 3 home runs, as well as 19 RBIs. And she'll take that one over the inner half of the plate for a called strike one. And Wrigley will take that one high for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Gallagher checks her arm for the sign, winds and deals, and that one will be swung on and hit the second base. This time, Gilstrap makes the play on across the first for the third out of the inning. So after 2 innings of play, the Red Hawks and Skyhawks are tied at 0.
In the bottom of the second, the Red Hawks score.
You don't become a legend by being distracted. Legends are born out of discipline and focus. We are Legends Bank. Committed, strong, and growing stronger. Be part of something legendary. Legends Bank. Member FDIC.
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the top half of the third inning, and it'll be Emily Gilstrap to lead things off here for the Skyhawks. Gilstrap was 0 for 1 in game 1 of the doubleheader with a walk and a run scored. She's batting 179 on the year. She's got 12 hits and 17 RBIs as she fouls that first pitch back for strike 1. A 1 offering from Holman on its way. It'd be taken a little bit high for a ball, and the count will even up at 1s. One offering from Holman on its way. Taken just a bit outside for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Two-one offering on its way is outside and high for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1.
Let's go. No freebies right here. Let's go.
Wrigley and Shore on the corners are playing one step behind the back with Rickerman and Dennis in the middle infield, playing just a step off the grass. 3-1 offering on its way. Taken outside for a first strike, and the count goes full at 3-2. Halliwell in center field is shaded a couple steps towards left center field, with Pena playing deep, almost on the track out there and left. And that pitch will be swung on and fouled back, so we'll do it again here.
Good job. Keep attacking. Here we go. Want the ball. Here we go.
3-2 offering from Holman on its way. Will be swung on and grounded back up the middle. Dennis fields that ball, but she cannot field it cleanly behind second base. And that leads me to believe that it'll be an infield single here for Emily Gilstrap, and that flips the lineup to the top of the order with Paige Clark.
Left fielder, number 14, Paige Clark.
And at bat, it'll be Paige Clark. She is 1 for 1 this evening so far. Let's see if she can keep it up.
Clark singled to left field and at first at bat to lead off the game. As she bunts that one up the first base line, Shore fields it, tries to tag the runner, but throws across the first base to Dennis covering the bag, and the Redhawks are still able to get the out.
Way to stay with it.
So a sacrifice bunt there from Paige Clark, and it moves the runner into scoring position for the Skyhawks here with 1 out at the top of the third inning. And with that, it'll be right fielder Casey Fuller in now. Fuller, left-handed batter, is batting .397 on the year, as she popped out to the shortstop in her first plate appearance back in the first inning. As she slaps that one foul down the third base line for strike 1. Holman's 0-1 offering on its way, and that one's bunted down the third baseline, but it goes foul. And the count goes to 0-2. Offering from Holman on its way. That one to be taken on the outer half of the plate for a ball. So a 1-2 count here on the number 2 hitter for the Skyhawks and Casey Fuller. Fuller looking for her 20th RBI on the season. 1-2 offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and driven into center field. Holly will come up and field that one, and the runner would be held at third base as Short cuts that one off at the rubber. And the Skyhawks have runners at first and third with one down here in the third inning.
Shortstop, number 2, Cheyenne Sheffield.
At bat, it'll be Cheyenne Sheffield, and she is 1 for 1 today. Let's see if she can get on the board again.
Yeah, Sheffield singled to third base back in the first inning. Sheffield looking for her 23rd RBI of the year here. And she fouls that one back. She got a good rip on that one, and the count goes to 0-1. Skyhawks threatening here in the top half of the third inning with runners on first and third with only one down.
Roll it up. Let's get out of it here.
Holman's 0-1 offering on the way, and that one will be taken just a bit high and outside for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Emily Gilstrap on third base for the Skyhawks with Casey Fuller on first.
Hey, knees and shins here. Knees and shins. Throw that ground ball. Be there middle.
Holman's 1-1 offering on the way. And it's a suicide squeeze as the runner will score, and they don't get the out at first base. No, they're going to call her out at first base, but the Skyhawks score a run, and the runner from first and Fuller advances all the way to third base. So first base umpire Shannon Camp called the runner out at first base for the second out of the inning, but the Skyhawks do get on the board here. And with that, that'll bring in Caitlin Kelly. As she takes that pitch on the outer half of the plate for a call, strike one. Kelly struck out back in the first inning of this game. And Holman would sure like a strikeout here to get out of the inning. Oh, 0-1 offering from Holman on its way, and that will be swung on and foul down the third base line, and the count goes to 0-2. So Holman gets ahead of another hitter here as the count is 0-2.
Want the ball now, defense. Want the ball now. Here we go.
Caitlin Kelly awaits the 0-2 offering from Holman. Swung on and popped up, foul, back out of play. And the count will remain 0-2.
Hey, being a pitcher out there now, Pay. Being a pitcher. Being a pitcher now. Here we go.
0-2 offering from Holman. Swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. Caitlin Kelly was able to just get a piece of that one as that ball is fouled down the third base line, and the count remains 0-2. Offering from Holman on its way again. That one will be swung on the ground at third base. Wrigley fields it, throws across the first base for short for the third out of the inning. So the Skyhawks score one run on 2 hits in the top half of the third inning. And after 2.5 innings of play, the Skyhawks lead this one 1-0.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try.
cops around? I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I want you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. Do you know where you are right now?
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the Skyhawks lead Game 2 of this doubleheader, 1-0. And it'll be the top of the lineup due up for the Redhawks here in the bottom half of the third inning. And with that brings in Abigail Rickerman, who had an infield single in her first at bat back in the first inning.
Leading off for the Redhawks, the shortstop, number 16, Abigail Rickerman.
Let's go, Rick.
And the first pitch to Rickerman will be taken high for a ball. Rickerman with that base hit back in the first inning brought her average up to 288 on the year. Aaron Gallagher looks at her arm for the sign. Winds and deals. That one will be taken low and in the dirt for a ball, so the count goes to 2-0.
Here we go, Rick.
With the slap hitter and Rickerman at the plate. Kaylee Pickens at third base is playing in front of the bag. The 2-0 offering. Taken for a call, the strike, and the count goes to 2-1. First baseman Caitlin Kelly is also playing in front of the bag. A 2-1 offering, slap back up the middle, fielded behind second base, and they're going to call her safe at first base. So another infield single for Abigail Rickerman up the middle, and that'll bring in
Paige Hallowell.
Number 2, Paige Hallowell.
As we get a look at that one there, it looks like Gallagher got her glove on that ball in the circle, and Sheffield was not able to make the play. So with Gallagher getting her glove on that one, it kind of might have cost Sheffield a chance of making the play cleaner there, as Rickerman was able to leg that out for an infield single. And Halliwell drives one into the right center field gap. Rickerman will go all the way to third base on that one, and the Redhawks are in business here in the bottom half of the third inning. So back-to-back singles from Rickerman and Halliwell, and the Redhawks have runners on first and third with nobody out.
Aubrey Shore.
Here's Aubrey Shore. She is 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, Aubrey Shore in her last at bat in the first inning. She reached on an error there. She hit that ball to first base, and the first baseman looked at second as she thought she might have the play. Was not able to get back to the bag in time. Shore looking to get something in the air here just to drive home Rickerman, and she pulls that one foul for the first strike. Shore looking for her 29th RBI on the year, and if she can get something in the air to the outfield, she'll have a chance to drive in that runner from third base. 0-1 offering on its way, and Shore takes that ball high. One count to Shore here in the bottom half of the third inning. And she swings through that one as the runner goes for second. And the play at the plate, she is safe. So a stolen base there for Paige Halliwell allows the Redhawks to score a run. That ball was cut off by Sheffield at second base, and she didn't have a chance to make a good throw home as she kind of double pumped, but the Redhawks score. As Short takes that one high, and the count goes to 2-2.
Something you can drive.
So we're tied at 1 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and the Redhawks have a runner on second here. Short ratting in the 3-hole with Kaylee Anderson lurking on deck, and Short pops that one up into short left center field. Left fielder Paige Clark calls for that one, and she makes a catch there. So the first out of the inning for the Redhawks. And with that comes in Kaylee Anderson.
Hitter, the right fielder, number 14, Kaylee Anderson.
Stay in that back leg, Will. Here you go, Kaylee. Kelby. One good.
Kaylee Anderson leads the team in home runs and in RBIs with 10 and 33 respectively as she takes that one inside for a ball 1. Anderson's 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to left field back in the 1st inning. 1-0 offering to Anderson on its way, and that is swung on and driven down the right field line. Fuller makes the play in foul territory as a runner tags going to 3rd, and the play at 3rd, and she's out at 3rd base. So a double play there as Casey Fuller shows off her arm in right field, and the Redhawks run themselves out of this 3rd inning as you get a look at the replay there, and yes, she was out at 3rd base.
In the bottom of the 3rd.
So after 3 innings of play, we are tied at 1 here in the Southeast Softball Complex.
After 3 innings of play, we are tied at
Visit Evansville, Indiana, where E is for everyone. Ideal for a weekend getaway, family reunion, group tour, concert or sporting event, small business meeting, or a large convention. Evansville has a fun, friendly environment with all the amenities of a big city. Exciting events, festivals, and attractions all year long. A thriving downtown with new hotels, nightlife, fabulous restaurants, and entertainment. We're conveniently located in the heart of the Midwest with all the charm you could ever hope for. Yes, Hoosier hospitality is alive and well. Come visit Evansville and you will see E is for everyone.
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for after 3 innings of play. We're tied at 1, and it'd be Callie Pickens to lead things off here for the Skyhawks in the top half of the 4th inning. And in that bottom half of the 3rd inning there, the Redhawks stole home, were able to get a run, but they committed a cardinal rule there of never making the 3rd out at 3rd base as Kaylee Anderson popped into right field, and the runner was thrown out trying to tag up. Pickens takes that first pitch low for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. She grounded out to 3rd base back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 offering from Holman on its way. That'll only be swung on, a miss. Pickens awaits the 1-1 offering. Swung on and hit off the end of the bat to shortstop, and that ball falls in front of the shortstop. Rickerman did not get a good read on that play at shortstop, and that ball will fall. We're waiting to see the scoring on that one there, but part of me makes me think that'll be an error there on the Red Hawks shortstop, Abigail Rickerman. And home scoring there is going to give Kaylee Pickens a single there on that ball. And at the plate is Kaylee Dreiling as she takes that first pitch high and outside for a ball. Dreiling flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 offering from Holman on its way. Taken outside for a ball. The count goes to 2-0. So an infield single here from Callie Pickens And the Skyhawks are up in business here with no one out in the top half of the fourth inning. Eileen checks her swing, and that is a call to strike one, and the count goes to 2-1. Two-one offering to Dreiling on its way. That'll be swung and grounded back to the pitcher, thrown across the second base and taken out at second base, and they're going to call interference on the slide, and that'll be a double play.
That double play is brought to you
As you get a look at that one there, the runner at going to second base, Pickens there, took out Rickerman on the slide. And the second base umpire called that one as interference, so it'll be 2 outs in the inning here for the Redhawks. And head coach Brian Dunn did not agree with that call there by third base umpire Jay Davis. And it looks like the umpires are going to get together here and discuss this one. And that was a quick discussion there as they're going to stay with the call made by the third base umpire, as he's going to hear a little bit more of it from Tom Davis as he walks back to his position down the third base line.
Gotta go here now. Want the ball here?
And with that brings in Avery Bloom. Bloom single to center field back in the second inning. And she'll take that one up and away for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. And a third base umpire, Jay Davis, is going to issue his warning to head coach Brian Dunn of the Skyhawks down the third base line. So Brian Dunn comes down to talk to the home plate umpire and Kevin Wallace about what exactly is going on here. And knowing that that call was made by the third base umpire at second base, with Brian Dunn coaching third base here for the Skyhawks, we knew that he was just going to keep talking and talking, and finally Jay Davis over there at third base had enough of it and issued a warning. One 0 offering from Holman on its way, swung on and miss for the first strike. As Bloom smiles after she swung at that one, she's fooled by the changeup of Holman there. 1-1 offering to Bloom on its way. Taken outside for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Two-one offering from Holman on its way. Swung on and driven down the left field line, and that's going to be a base hit. Pena feels that ball in foul territory and fires in the second base to hold the runner at first. So the second hit of the day from Avery Bloom.
Catcher, number 31, Maddie Long.
And with that, Maddie Long will step up to the plate for the Skyhawks. And without that interference at second base there by Callie Pickens, the Skyhawks would have runners on first and second here with only one down in the inning, but the interference gives the Redhawks a double play, and the Skyhawks now only have a runner on first base with 2 outs. Oh, offering from Holman on its way is taken low for a ball.
Hey, we got you over here, Cat. Don't let anything by you now. Nothing gets by you here. Don't let them score in position.
And Long will take that one on at our half of the plate. Close, but called outside for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. With that ground out to the pitcher back in the second inning, Long's average dropped below the 200 mark, and she's now batting 198 on the year. She'll take that one on the outer half of plate for a call, strike one. Two-one offering from Holman on its way. It'll be taken outside and high for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1.
Hey, knees and chins here. Knees and chins. Spin it here, kid. Throw that ground ball right now. Hey, good feet in the field. Good feet here. Come on, kid. Spin it right here. Knees and chins.
3-1 offering from Holman on its way. It will be swung on and driven deep into left field. Pena going back, but she's out of room. And that'll be a home run for Maddie Long as the Skyhawks take a 3-1 lead here in the top half of the fourth inning. For Long, that was her fourth home run on the year, and RBIs number 17 and 18 as she takes that 3-1 changeup and launches it over the left field wall. And the Skyhawks have the lead 3-1 here in the top half of the third inning. And with that, Emily Gilstrap will step in here for the Skyhawks. Gilstrap had an infield single in her first plate appearance back in the third inning. 0-0 offering from Holman on its way. Now it'll be a called strike one. One offering from Holman on the way. Now it'll be swung on and fouled as Wrigley dives for that one, but it falls and the count goes to 0-2. And for the Red Hawks, both Marissa Davis and Rachel Rook are warming up in the bullpen, both who pitched in game one of this doubleheader. Gilstrap awaits the 0-2 offering from Holman, and that will be swung on and grounded to second base. Dennis Fielton throws it on the shore. So the Skyhawks scored 2 runs here in the top half of the fourth inning, and after 3.5 innings of play, the Skyhawks lead this one 3-1.
Scheduled for 4 p.m.
And welcome back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the bottom half of the fourth inning. That's the Skyhawks lead this one 3-1. And Brian Dunn just got tossed. Kevin Wallace tossed the Skyhawks head coach Brian Dunn, who stopped to talk to him on his way back across after the end of the top half of the inning. So the day is done for Brian Davis. And Brian Dunn is still talking with the umpires down around third base. And he is getting his money's worth with this ejection as he keeps talking to the umpires. So an interesting start here to the bottom half of the fourth inning as Brian Dunn gets ejected, and the Skyhawks will be without their head coach for the rest of this game. And it'd be Sydney Melton to lead things off here for the Red Hawks in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Correction, we'll have a pitch hitter here in Kelby Robinson. As she pulls that bunt attempt back for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Robinson is batting 133 on the year. She's got 4 hits and 30 at-bats, as well as 2 RBIs on the year. Robinson will take that pitch on the inner half of the plate for a call, strike 1. Robinson went 1 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader and started in left field. She also picked up her first 2 RBIs of the year as that one is taken high for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Gallagher looks down at her arm for the sign, winds and deals, and that one is slapped in between first. And that'll be an infield single for Kelly Robinson, and a good play by Casey Fuller to back that ball up at first base, as that could have been a little bit more, but we'll get an infield single here from Kelly Robinson. And it looks like we're going to get another change here for the Red Hawks. And we'll get another pitch hitter here for the Red Hawks, as it'll be number 3, Kimmy Fleming. Well, pitch hit for Chelsea Pena. Fleming's 1 for 4 on the year with the .250 batting average. She's drawn a walk and has also struck out once. And she bunts that one down the third base line, and the third base cannot make that play clean, as Fleming will leg that one out. And Chelsea Pena will re-enter the game here to run for Fleming, as you can kind of see Fleming limping off the field there, but she got in, got the bunt down, and the Red Hawks have runners on first and second here with nobody out. So they're going to call that an infield single there for Kimmy Fleming, as she does the job here, and she does manage to get on base as well, but Pena will re-enter the game. And we'll get a mound visit here from one of the assistant coaches for the Skyhawks. And former Red Hawk Katie Dreiling is warming up in the bullpen for the Skyhawks here with nobody out in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and the Red Hawks have runners on first and second. So 2 infield singles here for the Red Hawks in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and that'll bring in Kat Sackett. As she swings and drives that one to second base. Second baseman goes on across the first base. So a good job there by Kat Sackett to advance the runners to second and third base with the ground out. And with that, second baseman Sydney Dennis will step in. She singled in her first plate appearance back in the second inning and would like another one here, as she takes that one low and outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. So Kelly Robinson on third base here, Chelsea Pena on second base, And Sydney Dennis in the box just looking to put a ball in play and drive in a runner. As she bunts that one back to the pitcher, and the pitcher makes the catch. A good play there by Aaron Gallagher. And the umpire said there she had an illegally batted ball, so she was out of the box when she made contact with the ball. But regardless, she was out, and with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, that'll bring in Kinsey Wrigley. Wrigley grounded out to second base, and her only other plate appearance back in the 2nd inning, and she's looking to come up with a big hit here. As she takes that one in the other half of the plate for a call, strike 1. Gallagher looks down at the arm and winds with her 0-1 offering, and that one is swung on and driven deep into right center field. Back at the wall, and that one is off the wall. Wrigley's rounding second, going into third base, and she'll be in the third base standing with a triple. So a 2-out, 2 RBI triple by Kinsey Wrigley here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and we are tied at 3 here. As you get a look at the replay of that one goes off the base of the wall, and Wrigley's in the third standing with a triple. And what a big hit there by Kinsey Wrigley to tie this game up at 3 in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And with that, the lineup flips over to Abigail Rickerman as she takes that first pitch for a call, strike 1. Rickerman is 2 for 2 on the day. She had an infield single back in the 1st inning, and she also had an infield single back in the 3rd inning. Gallagher looks down at her arm for the sign, winds and deals. Now want to be slapped and popped up right behind the second base bag. Sheffield calls for it behind the bag and makes the play. So after 4 innings of play, a lot of excitement here in the Southeast Missouri Softball Complex, but we are tied at 3.
You don't become a legend by being distracted. Legends are born out of discipline and focus. We are Legends Bank, committed, strong, and growing stronger. Be part of something legendary. Legends Bank, member FDIC.
We're welcoming you back into the Southeast Softball Complex for the top half of the 5th inning. And Patience Holman day is done. She went 4 innings, she gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, and she struck out 1 batter. But now taking the mound for the Redhawks, we have Rachel Rook. The Skyhawks saw Rook in the first game. She pitched the last 4 2/3 of the game, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, with a walk and a strikeout.
Number 14, Paige Clark.
That'll be top of the order due up for the Skyhawks here in the top half of the 5th inning. Rook picked up that win in game 1. And she's looking to hold the Skyhawks at 3 runs here. Brooks' 0-0 offering is taken low for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. And with that win in game 1, Rook improved to 13-8 on the year. She's got 129 in the 3rd innings pitch. She's given up 88 hits in 66 runs, with only 51 of those runs being earned. But the big number that sticks out to me is that in those 129 in the 3rd innings, she struck out 166 batters to only 45 walks. So a good K to walk ratio for Rachel Rook. And time is called here by the home plate umpire. Paige Clark is 1 for 1 on the day. She singled back to left field to end the 1st inning as she takes that one for a call. Strike 1, and the count goes to 1-1. And then she had a sacrifice to the first baseman back in the 3rd inning. Rook's 1-1 offering on its way, and that one will be taken high and outside for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1.
Hey, check your gap, check your gap.
Outfield playing straight away for the Skyhawks leadoff hitter. As that one is popped behind the first big bag, Sydney Dennis calls for it, and she makes a play in fair territory for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder number 0, Casey Fuller.
And with that, right fielder Casey Fuller will step into the box for the Skyhawks. Fuller's 1 for 2 on the day. She popped out to shortstop back in the first inning and singled into left field back in the third. With that single back in the third, Fuller's average was bumped back up over 400, and she's batting .402 on the year. As she takes that first pitch low for a ball. Fuller also had a big play in the bottom half of the third inning when she threw out the Redhawks runner at third, trying to tag up on a fly ball to right field. As she takes that one low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. So Rook falls behind 2-0 to Casey Fuller. And now she falls behind 3-0 as that ball was taken low and outside. Fuller looking for her 10th walk of the year here as we're getting late in the season. And the 3-0 offering is a called strike on the inner half of the plate, and count goes to 3-1. Three-one offering from Rook on its way. Now want to be swung on and fouled back. And the count goes full now at 3-2. So after falling behind 3-0, Rachel Rook works the count back full to 3-2. Rook's 3-2 offering on its way and swung on and fouled back. And Fuller tried to call time there before that pitch, but it was not granted. Three-two offering again on its way. Swung on and fouled to third. Wrigley fields that one on one hop. Throws across the first base in time for the second out of an inning. So a good play there by Kinsey Wrigley for the second out of the inning.
Shortstop number 2, Cheyenne Sheffield.
And at bat, it'll be Cheyenne Sheffield. She is 1 or 2 on the day.
As you get another look at that replay there, Kinsey Wrigley fielded that ball on a backhand one hopper and threw a strike across the shore at first base. And that one will be a called strike on the outer half of the plate to Sheffield. Cheyenne Sheffield is 1 for 2 on the day. She singled back in the first inning and had an RBI ground out back in the third. 0-1 offering from Rook on its way. A called strike 2. Rook shakes off her catcher, now gets the sign that she wants. Winds and deals, and that one will be taken just a bit high for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. Sheffield awaits the 1-2 offering from Rook. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Skyhawks go 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. And after 4.5 innings of play, we are tied at 3.
In the top of the 5th.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. Where you are right now?
Off in the cut, four-wheel drives out slinging that mud. Ice cold beer with shotgun one. We ain't turning down till the sun comes up.
Welcome you back to the Southeast Softball Complex for the bottom half of the 5th inning, and Aaron Gallagher is back out for a 5th inning of work. And the Redhawks will have 2, 3, 4 due up.
Fielder number 2, Paige Hallowell.
And with that, Paige Hallowell will step into the box for the Redhawks. Hallowell is 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out to the shortstop back in the 1st inning and then singled into right center field back in the 3rd. Gallagher looks down at her arm for the sign. Winds and deals, and she hits her. So a hit by pitch here, and Paige Hallowell will get on here with the first pitch of the inning.
First baseman number 26, Aubrey Shore.
And with that, Aubrey Shore will step into the box for the Redhawks. Shore reached on an error in her first plate appearance and then flew out to left field. Shore's a hitter with home run potential here for the Redhawks. As she takes that one high for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Shore's tied for the 2nd on the team with 7 home runs. As she takes that one low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. And Katie Dreiling is still warming up down there in the Skyhawks bullpen. No action in the Redhawks. 2-0 offering to Shore. Taken on the outer half of the plate for a call. Strike 1. Two-one offering to Shore on its way. Taken high for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1. So a good hitter's count here for Aubrey Shore, with nobody down in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And the 3-1 offering from Gallagher. It would be swung on and driven into center field. It looks like that one's going to stay in the ballpark, though, as Avery Bloom makes the catch in center field for the first out of the inning.
The Serve Pro cleanup hitter, the right fielder, number 14, Kaylee Anderson.
And at bat, it'll be Kaylee Anderson. She is 0 for 2 tonight. Let's see if she can get it going.
Anderson, arguably the Redhawks' best hitter, batting at a clip of 392 on the year, but she's 0 for 2 on the night. And she bunts that one back to the first base, and she will not be able to beat that one out. So a sacrifice bunt here for Kaylee Anderson moves the runner into scoring position. And with that,
Designated player number 17, Kelby Robinson.
And with that, Kelly Robinson will step in here for the Redhawks. Robinson reached on an infield single in her last at-bat and scored on that 2-out, 2 RBI triple by Kenzie Wrigley. And Robinson will take that one on the outer half of the plate for a called strike 1.
Come on, Kelby. A big lead here, Paige.
0-1 offering from Robinson on this way. Be taken up and away for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Tatum.
1-1 offering on its way. Will be taken upstairs for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Robinson will take that one just a little bit low for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1. Gallagher looking to work around that hit by pitch. As that will be taken for a called strike 2, and the count goes full now at 3-2. The Redhawks have a runner in second at Paige Halliwell. The 3-2 offering on its way will be swung on and fouled into the first base dugout. So way to stay alive there by Kelby Robinson, as we'll do it again. Three-two offering on its way. Will be swung on and driven into shallow center field, and what a play there by Sheffield as she reaches out and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. So Aaron Gallagher works around a leadoff hit by pitch, and after 5 innings of play, we're tied at 3.
Visit Evansville, Indiana, where E is for everyone. Ideal for a weekend getaway, family reunion, group tour, concert or sporting event, small business meeting, or a large convention. Evansville has a fun, friendly environment with all the amenities of a big city. Exciting events, festivals, and attractions all year long. A thriving downtown with new hotels, nightlife, fabulous restaurants, and entertainment. We're conveniently located in the heart of the Midwest with all the charm you could ever hope for. Yes, Hoosier hospitality is alive and well. Come visit Evansville and you will see E is for everyone.
We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex. We're tied at 3 in the top half of the 6th inning, and Rachel Rook will be out back there on the rubber for her 2nd inning of work. Leading things off is Caitlin Kelly as she swings and fouls that one back for the first strike. Kelly struck out swinging back in the 1st inning and grounded out to third base in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 offering from Rook on its way. Be taken on the inner half of the plate for a called strike 2, and the count goes to 0-2. Kelly awaits the 0-2 offering from Rook. Swung on and fouled out of play, and the count remains 0-2. O2 offering from Rook on its way. It'll be taken high and outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. Kelly steps back in the box and awaits the 1-2 from Rook. Swung on and popped up behind first base. Kayla Anderson calls off the first and second baseman and makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Third baseman number 11, Callie Pickens.
And with that, that'll bring in Callie Pickens here. And this is going to be an interesting matchup here. Pickens is 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out to third base back in the 2nd inning and singled to the shortstop back in the 4th. But in game 1, Pickens took Rook deep as she offers at that one for a strike. And Pickens' home run in the first game did come off of Rachel Rook, that was tied the game at 3 apiece. But this game is already tied at 3 apiece here. And she'll take that one low for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Pickett's just looking to get on base here with this game tied. 1-1 offering from Rook, and that one is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. Change up there from Rachel Rook got Pickens way out in front. Callie Pickens awaits the 1-2 offering from Rachel Rook. And that pitch will be swung on and hit out to second base. Dennis fields that one on a couple hops on to first base is Shore, and Shore cannot come up with that ball cleanly. And that wasn't a bad throw over there by Sydney Dennis across the first base, but Shore just whiffed on it, and that'll lead to a runner on first base.
44, Katie Dryling.
So an error by second baseman Sydney Dennis allows the Skyhawks Callie Pickens to get on base, and that'll bring in Katie Dryling as she swings and misses on that one, and the count goes to 0-1. And Dryling hits that one in the hole between first and second base. Shore missed that one, but she gets back to first base in time to get the out. So a runner on second base now, and 2 down here for the Skyhawks. And that'll bring in center fielder Avery Bloom. Bloom is 2 for 2 on the day. She singled to center field back in the second inning and singled down the left field line back in the fourth inning. And she'll take that first pitch for a call, strike one. Rook looking to work around that 1-out error. And that one will be hit right back up the middle. And that may score a run here for the Skyhawks. Hallie will throw to home plate, is not in time. And the third out of second base is also not in time. So the Skyhawks take the lead here in the bottom half of the fourth inning on an RBI single by Avery Bloom. As you look at that play at home plate, it was just not in time.
Catcher,
and Bloom advanced to second on the throw to home. So with that brings in catcher Maddie Long. Long is 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out to the pitcher back in the second inning and hit a 2-run home run back in the fourth inning. As she hits that one back up the middle, and that may score another run. Hallie Will's throw to the plate is cut off. Not cut off, is allowed to go all the way through, but the runner gets a stop sign at third base, and back-to-back singles here from Bloom and Long have the Skyhawks in business here in the top half of the sixth inning.
Emily Gilstrap.
And with that, Emily Gilstrap will step in now for the Skyhawks.
Here we go.
Gilstrap is 1 for 2 on the day. She takes that one on the outer half of the plate for a call, strike one. She had an infield single back in the third inning and grounded out to the second baseman in the fourth inning. So that error proves to be huge here in this inning, as that one is swung on a miss for strike two, as that runner has come around to score and given the Skyhawks the lead here in the top half of the sixth inning. Oh, 2 offering from Rook on its way. Take it on the outer half of the corner for a ball, and the count goes to 1-2. Emily Gilstrap awaits the 1-2 offering from Rook. Swung on and fouled back, and the count remains 1-2.
Still be there, middle. Still be there.
1-2 offering again. Swung on a hit to third. Wrigley backhands that. Throws across the first as Shore makes the play. So the Skyhawks score a run on 2 hits in an inning and 1 error. And after 5.5 innings of play, the Skyhawks lead this one 4-3.
The Skyhawks score 1 run on 2 hits.
after he went through the transfer portal. We welcome you back into the Southeast Softball Complex, where after 5.5 innings of play, Skyhawks lead this one 4-3. And in that top half of the 6th inning, an error with 1 out allowed that runner to score. So that error proves huge here as the Skyhawks have taken the lead at the top half of the 6th inning, and the Redhawks will look to get on the board as they have matched them throughout the game.
Pinch hitting for the Redhawks, number 10, Tatum Gerwitz.
And Tatum Gerwitz will pitch hit here for the Redhawks. Gerwitz went 0 for 1 in her pitch hit opportunity in game 1. Gerwitz a .231 hitter on the year. She's got 15 hits and 65 at-bats. She's also driven in 3 and has 1 extra base hit, which was a double. Gallagher back out for a 6th inning of work as she takes that one outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Gerwitz awaits the 1-0 offering. That one will be offered at, but missed, and the count will even up at 1-1. One offering to Gerwitz. Will be swung on and slapped foul over the Redhawks dugout and into their bullpen, and the count goes to 1-2. Gallagher's 1-2 offering will be taken high and goes back to the screen, and the count leaving up at 2-2. Gerwitz just looking to get on base here with the Redhawks down 1 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Gallagher looks at her arm for the sign. Winds and deals. That pitch will be swung on and fouled back, so a good at bat here by Gerwitz. Gallagher's 2-2 offering on the way, and that one is slapped down the third base line, and the third base cannot make a clean play. So Tatum Gerwitz gets on base here to lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Callie Pickens could not field that ball cleanly as that ball was hit hard down the third base line. And she went for the backhand, but the ball kind of hit her in the palm and bounced out of her glove. And with that, that'll bring in Kat Sackett here for the Redhawks. Sackett's 0 for 2 on the day. She's grounded out to second base in both at-bats. And Sackett will take that pitch up and away for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Gerwitz, the runner on first base, is 1 for 1 on stolen bases this year. As Sackett drives that one into center field for a base hit. Gerwitz will stop at second base, and the Redhawks have something going here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. And we will, Katie Driley will be the new pitcher here for the Skyhawks, and we'll tell you more about her when we get back from break.
Now, for 44, Katie Driley.
become a legend by being distracted. Legends are born out of discipline and focus. We are Legends Bank, committed, strong, and growing stronger. Be part of something legendary. Legends Bank, member FDIC.
Looking back in the Southeast Softball Complex, where the Redhawks have had back-to-back singles here in their bottom half of the sixth inning, so they have runners on first and second. And Kaylee Grisham has came in to pitch run at first base. And the new pitcher here for the Skyhawks will be former Redhawk Katie Dreiling, as that one is bunted, and a good bunt there to advance the runners. So good work there by Sydney Dennis to advance the runners to second and third here on that first pitch. I'll tell you a little bit about Dreiling here. She's 1-3 on the year. She's got 3 saves. She's on 32 in the third innings so far this year, and she struck out 27 hitters in those 32 2/3 innings. And it'd be Kinsey Wrigley up now here for the Redhawks. Wrigley had that big game-tying triple in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And with that, Wrigley is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. Wrigley looking just to put a ball in play here. Somebody on the ground to the right side to tie this game up. 0-1 offering from Dreiling on the way. Now it'll be swung on and driven in the left center field. And Coach Redburn waves his arms as the runner is coming home, and no throw to home plate. So Kinsey Wrigley with an RBI single to left field. And the Redhawks take the lead here in the bottom half of the sixth inning, and it's a 5-4 game. What a day for Kinsey Wrigley. She's 2 for 3 on the day now with 4 RBIs. And that flips the lineup back to the top of the order, and Abigail Rickerman in now for the Redhawks. 0-0 offering to Rickerman on his way to be a call. Strike 1 on the outer half of the plate. Rickerman's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 infield singles so far. As she takes that one on the outer half of the plate for a ball, and the count evens up at 1-1. That one is slapped foul. The count goes to 1-2. One-two offering from Dreiling on its way. That'll be swung on and slapped in the left field, and the left fielder came in, and that one goes over her head. Wrigley will be held up at third base by head coach Mark Redburn, and it'll be a one-out double here for Abigail Rickerman. As you get another look at that one, that left fielder there broke in on that one, and Paige Clark, and that ball ended up going over her head. And with that, Paige Halliwell will step in. And I want to say they're going to call a legal hit on that one there for the second out of the inning. So Kinsey Wrigley will have to go all the way back to first base. And that one will be taken on the outer half of the plate for strike one by Paige Halliwell. So I'm going to have to go with that Rickerman's foot was out of the box when she made contact with that ball, meaning that she was out, and Wrigley has to go all the way back to first base. But Halliwell will take that one on the outer half of the plate for a ball, and the count will even up at 1-1. So an eventful game here in game 2 of the doubleheader as the Redhawks lead this one 5-4 as Halliwell drives that one right to the shortstop. And Sheffield makes the play for the third out of the inning. So the Redhawks score 2 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And after 6 innings of play, they lead this one 5-4.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. Where you are right now?
So 1 out, 2 RBI single by Kinsey Wrigley in the bottom half of the 6th inning has given the Redhawks the lead. And we got some changes to tell you about. Kelly Robinson takes over in left field for Chelsea Pena. And Marissa Davis will be on the mound here for the Redhawks in the top half of the 7th inning. Davis started game 1 of the doubleheader. She pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits and 1 run. That run wasn't earned as she struck out 2 batters. And Davis will have to go through the top of the order here for the Skyhawks. And Paige Clark will lead things off here. Clark is 1 for 3 on the day. She singled him back in the first, grounded out to first base in the 3rd, and popped out to second base in the 5th inning. Davis looks down at her arm for the sign, winds and deals. And that would be a called strike 1 on the outer half of the plate. Davis did not get the win in game 1, but she's 4 and 5 on the year. She's thrown 63 in the 3rd innings. And she struck out 36 batters in those 63 in the 3rd innings. 0-1 offering from Davis on its way is taken on the outer half of the plate for a ball, and the count will even up at 1-1. One offering will be swung on a hit in the right field. Anderson is calling for that one as she makes the catch down the right field line for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder number 0, Casey Fuller.
And with that, Casey Fuller will step into the box for the Skyhawks. Fuller's 1 for 3 on the day as she slaps that one at third base. Wrigley fields that one and throws all across to first base as she kind of handcuffed Shore over there at first base, but she was able to hold on to it for the second out of the inning.
Shortstop number 2, Cheyenne Sheffield.
And with that, Cheyenne Sheffield steps into the box for the Skyhawks as their last chance here. Sheffield's 1 for 3 on the day. She singled back in the 1st inning, had an RBI ground out back in the 3rd, and struck out swinging in the 5th inning. And she'll take that one on the outer half of the plate for a called strike 1. And that one's strike 1, actually. The first one missed outside for a ball. 1-1 offering from Davis on its way. Be taken on the outer half of the plate again for a ball, so the count goes to 2-1. And that pitch was awfully close there on the outer half of the corner, but Davis did not get the call. Davis checks her arm for the sign, winds and deals. That one will be taken low and outside for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1. So a good at-bat here by Cheyenne Sheffield, as she's the last hope here for the Skyhawks in the top half of the 7th inning.
Hey, here we go. Let's go defense. Here we go. We say what's up.
Davis checks her arm for the sign. 3-1 offering on its way. Be taken inside for a ball 4, so a 2-out walk here by Cheyenne Sheffield, and the tying run is on first base.
First baseman number 8, Caitlin Kelly.
And with that, Caitlin Kelly will step into the box for the Skyhawks. Kelly's tied for second on the team in home runs with 5 on the year. She's batting .348, and she swings and misses on the first one for strike 1. Kelly struck out back in the first inning, grounded out to third base back in the third, and she flew out to right field in the top half of the 6th inning. She's looking to get a base hit here and keep this game alive, as that one will be taken on the outer half for a ball. The count evens up at 1-1. And home plate umpire here, Kevin Wallace, with this game getting late and the top of the 7th inning. It seems the strike zone is kind of shrunken here. And that one was outside for a ball. The count goes to 2-1. So Davis looking to pick up her first save of the season here this evening.
Abby, straight up. Abby, straight this way. Straight up. Squid.
She looks at her arm for the sign. Winds and deals, and that one will be swung on and grounded to third base. Wrigley fields it and throws across the first to shore, and the Redhawks win this one 5-4. So for Jonathan Hawk and the rest of the ESPN Plus crew, my name is Owen Crondo saying so long from the Southeast Softball Complex, where the Redhawks sweep this doubleheader, winning Game 1 4-3 and Game 2 5-4. All games streaming live on ESPN Plus are archived on the ESPN Plus app. This has been a presentation of ESPN Plus.
That's a Wings for Wins. The Redhawks.